guideline that a doctor has put together that's thousands and thousands of years old and been used for thousands of years. And I don't know if something matters to you how long it's been used, but this guideline is pretty useful and it'll help you with a lot of other things in your life as well. I'm also going to talk about a very powerful exercise to stop an ejaculation. So this exercise itself, it's going to be a little woo-woo and you have to think and do things, but once you get this mastered and use it, you'll be able to actually transfer the tension that you have in yourself to ejaculate into your woman and help her orgasm even quicker. Now that's a more advanced technique, but once you start getting this inside yourself, you can start moving this energy around that I've sort of talked about previously, but not too much, that we have this energy and tension inside of us that we can move around. If we think of this as our only physical body, our bodies are full of energy. An example is if you were to go into a crowded room and stand across the room from someone and send really, really negative thoughts and vibes to that person usually would get chills up their spine. So literally, you can transfer energy to other people in so many different ways, and that's just one way, and this is another way you can do it as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started. What is a woman's greatest pleasure? What is it? It's not an orgasm. It's definitely not. A lot of us men think that it's an orgasm that's her greatest pleasure. It's not. Orgasm is sort of like the topping on top of the ice cream. And the ice cream itself is the really enjoyable part, or even eating the ice cream is the process that she really enjoys more than actually eating the ice cream itself. And the orgasm is just a topping to sex. There's more to it. And it's not foreplay. While women do enjoy foreplay more than men, as a lot of us men would just jump right into and get started, it's actually not foreplay, but she appreciates both orgasms and foreplay. Though some women might actually disagree with me on the surface of what I'm about to tell you. On the surface, and that's the important part. They'd be like, no, that's not important to me. More important to me is this, and this. And yes, that's their surface. And a lot of women don't even know what their greatest pleasure is until you give it to them. And sometimes some of them can't even point out what it really is. Once you give it to them, it's something that they'll experience and they'll love. Here it is. It's you being 100% present when you are with her. 100% present. So what do I mean by that? When I mean 100% present, it means you're there in the moment, experiencing everything with her and through your own senses, and allowing her to do the exact same as well. So when you're being present, it allows her to be present, and that's huge. So you're the one leading the interaction, as I've talked about previously. You're going to be leading the interaction. You're there 100% for her. This isn't sex. This isn't relationships. This isn't anything you do. If you focus on being 100% present, that is a huge accomplishment that you can do in your life. And women in general will try to see if you're not present. They'll actually test you and try to throw you off being present. So that's what a lot of test women do. They might test to see if you're paying attention. They might test to see if you're on your path, if you're leading your life. They might test you if they can get you off your path. Let's say they want to distract you away from your work. And if you comply with it, they'll actually be okay in the short term. In the long term, they'll build up this resentment inside of them, and they don't even know what it is. But they'll be like, something's wrong here. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? Why are you letting me move you off what you're supposed to do? So being 100% present means being present in anything you do. And that's truly a woman's greatest pleasure. And remember, some women might disagree with this on the surface, but if you do it in a way that she truly appreciates, she might not even be able to put in words of what she appreciates. She'll just be conveyed to you in either emotions or actions by her. So being present, as I talked about before, you have a specific time for your job. So let's say you work 9 to 5. Well, 9 to 5, that's a job time. Nothing can take you off your path. And you have a specific time for your kids and your responsibilities. So if you have kids and responsibilities, you have a specific time for those as well. And marriage and kids can actually derail couples, as you might have noticed if you're a married couple, based upon the distractions of having to think about doing all this. And people are not living in the present anymore when they're always thinking about the kids, even when they're not with the kids, but with the future or the past. So they're not being present in the moment with their partner. Then you have a specific time for your partner. And this specific time, even if it's for 1 hour of your 100% focused attention, it's better to be 1 hour 100% focused on your partner or your kids or your job than it is to be focused 50% of the time for 8 hours on your partner and other things. So let's say you're multitasking and you're with your partner and you're doing all these other things. Let's say you go on a trip, a vacation, and you guys will go see and do all these things, and you have your phone and you're checking your email and doing other things while they're like, take pictures, let's go, and you're not really smiling, enjoying yourself. Well, how does your partner feel about that? You're not present in that moment. You're not there with her or your kids, and your kids can tell as well. So being present, even if it's for a short time, is more precious than long, non-focused being present. So if you're not present and focused in the moment at anything you're doing, are you focused right now? Are you present listening to my voice telling you about being present? Or are you thinking about what you're going to eat, or where you're going to go tonight, or what you're going to do for dinner, or what you're going to do for pick up your wife, or how much time you have? Are you present right now in this moment? I'm not asking you to forget all your responsibilities. But when you're present, you're here with me as I'm here with you. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm thinking about helping you be present at this moment right now. Let's say that I was thinking about going out and doing other things. Like I have a friend in the hospital. I have to go visit them today, bring some either oranges or orange juice. And if I'm thinking about that while I'm talking about being present, I'm not present. But you can probably hear my voice. And I'm present. I'm here with you right now. Are you here with me? If you're not, just close your eyes, open them, and be present. Either if you're listening to this or watching this in a video, just be present in this moment. And this is probably the one of the two most important concepts that I've ever learned in my life. Is being present is one of them. Living in the present, not the past or the future. That helps us a lot. Doesn't mean we don't prepare for the future, and doesn't mean we don't learn from the past. It means when we live in the present, in the moment. So when you have a conversation, you can easily learn over time when a person is not truly present. So let's say you're having a conversation with someone and you're making eye contact with them and they suddenly jerk and look away. Maybe it's their phone vibrating or something, but their attention just cuts out. And over time, we've learned to be okay with this, but we're truly not okay with it. Every time it happens, it's like a little ding in our heart. Just like, oh, that person's not paying attention. But imagine if a person sitting in front of you was totally focused on you and was absorbing everything you're saying, not thinking about what you're saying specifically, but taking everything you're saying in and then replying back with what they really feel in that moment and whatever it might be. Imagine you doing that for someone else. How good you would feel, how good your woman would feel, how good your kids would feel, how good your responsibilities at work would feel if you were to do these things for those as well. So you can tell when a person's not being present. And if I was looking at you right now and we were talking, I could tell if you were present or not. I'm going to give you some cool games and exercises to be present that you can use with groups of people. But this is just something that I want you to be aware of yourself. Being present is the greatest pleasure for women, men, anybody, just being present in the moment. And what do I mean by present? It means you are there consciously, not thinking about something else, truly experiencing and loving all your sensations with her. This is something you do consciously. You're consciously there. You're not thinking about something else. You're truly experiencing yourself in that moment, all the pleasures you feel in your skin. A really great way to be centered and being present is just close your eyes real quick. Okay. Well, only close your eyes if you can in certain situations. If you're in a safe place, close your eyes. So what I want you to do is start feeling your feet. Feel your toes. Now start feeling your calves, your legs. Start feeling your thighs. Feel your ass. Feel your stomach. Feel your shoulders. Feel your arms. Feel your hands. Feel your fingers. Feel your face. Feel your nose. Feel your ears. Feel your head. Just feel your whole body. Feel where everything is in your body. If you can, okay, go ahead and open your eyes now. If you can do that, that will help you be present because you'll be able to feel and sense the sensations that you're feeling in the moment. And I use that all the time when I'm transitioning from one thing to another. I just close my eyes. I'll just feel myself. I'll be present. I feel my eyes. I feel my eyelids. I'll feel whatever it is I'm feeling. I feel my lips. And it helps me be present in the moment. So this is something you do consciously. It's something to do with purpose. One great way to do this is slow, long dinners. And slow, long dinners are sort of, in a lot of cultures, disappearing. Like a lot of people who are having dinners now, it's more focused on, watching TV or playing with their cell phone, and there's not really conversation going on. Everybody's busy being distracted by something else, not really paying attention. And when someone talks, not everybody's paying attention to them or even paying 100% attention to them. So it's not fun. And there was a recent study that smoking marijuana is better. Like people who smoke marijuana are better drivers than people who multitask. So let me say that again. People who smoke marijuana are better drivers than people who multitask. So people multitasking might be doing more than 2 tasks at a time, maybe driving and talking on the cell phone or texting. And there's all these laws coming in now of no texting on the cell phone, not even talking on your cell phone with hands free. Because we realize that there's a lot of multitasking that takes away our attention. So having a little slow, long dinner, just focusing on the person, no TV, no distractions, it could be the whole family as well. It's a huge thing that helps people bond. And that's one thing I want you to practice if you really want to become more present. Have slow, long dinners. And here's the fun game that I talked about previously. This is a phone dinner game. So if you're having dinner with multiple people, or with a friend, or with just a single other person, groups of people, whatever, have everybody put their cell phone on the table, face down, on top of each other. And let the dings still be there, let the cell phone still ring. And when the first person to answer the phone or check their phone in that pile will have to pay for dinner. This is a really funny game. And if you can withhold from checking your phone and all that, that's a big step. Because I'll tell you, when we're having dinner with superstars, so I call people superstars are the ones who are higher level people, and I call normal people usually lower level people. When you're having dinner with superstars, their phones might ring, they might get text messages, they might get Facebook updates, but they won't take their attention away from you. And that's a huge thing, because think about it. They're there with you physically in the moment, and they're getting a notification from something that's external, far away from them. And sometimes, yes, it's an emergency, but most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's urgent and not important, or it could be important but not urgent. And what's more important, what's urgent and important is the person in front of them.